Martin Hood here again, going to chat about firearms in motor vehicles. This particular little podcast was precipitated by an incident that happened to a friend of mine a day or so ago. Coming back from a hunting trip, I was on the same hunting trip. He got pulled over by Schwani Metro, yes, you guys, and SAPS, and he was asked if he had a firearm. He said yes. He went to get his shotgun out, and a police member said, but you've left your firearm unattended. Bearing in mind his son was in the car, and his son is a firearm owner and is also competent. His answer was, but you told me to get out the car and show you my firearm. I was going to my boot to get you my shotgun. Then the police officer threatened to arrest him, and it was clearly an attempt to extort a bribe. Fortunately, his son took photos, also phoned me because I was around, and bear in mind, of course, that you can take photos of police officers now and you can film them. There's a High Court decision to that effect and a directive from SAPS. So put a dash cam in your car or use your cell phone and record the naughtiness of police, because it's got to end. Anyway, so he turned around and said, but you told me to get out of the car. But the police rely on a particular provision of section 128 where they believe that the firearm must be in a safe or on your person. But that's not what this section of the Act says. It says it must be under your direct control. So you can have your firearm under your seat. You can have your firearm in the side pocket of your motor vehicle. It doesn't have to be on your person. And of course, a little bit of logic, if the police were logical and a little bit intelligent, would tell them that you can't kind of carry your shotgun or your rifle on your lap while you're driving. So it's got to be somewhere else in the car, and that's quite legal. So it's obvious that when a policeman says to you, but you're not looking after your pistol, it's not on your person, they're looking for a bribe. My advice is you say to them, you know what, I know I haven't broken the law. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to wait until you release or charge me. I've got all day. And they will let you go, because every moment that you sit there, they've got to pay attention to you. They're losing other opportunities to get bribes. So just wait it out. That's my advice. Next thing, very briefly, is if you can have a firearm safe installed in your car. There are some reputable manufacturers out there. You just need to Google it. I don't endorse any manufacturer, but I'm going to tell you what the requirements are. There's an SABS specification, 953, that makes provision for safes in a car. Now, that actual specification is subject to Regulation 86, which I'll tell you about in a moment. But the SABS specification says it must be bolted into the frame or the bodywork of the car, which means it must be steel on steel contact, it must be bolted with proper bolts, and your car must have an alarm or an immobilizer, and the safe must be installed in a way where it is not readily visible. Now, there is a requirement that a certificate be issued by the installer. Because there's no standard or specification on who or how it should be installed, I take that certificate to just be evidence of the installation of the safe at a particular point in time, so you can prove that you had a safe in your car. Regulation 86 provides how the safe must be constructed. It's basically got to be an SABS stamped safe that's got an all-steel construction, a 7-lever lock, must be 3 millimeters. The opening part must be 3 millimeters thick. The rest of the safe must be made of 2 millimeter mild steel. That's the requirement. So what you can do is you can take any SABS stamp bearing safe that you can buy from a firearm dealer or from a hardware store, bolt it into your car somewhere where it's not readily visible, and you're A for away. You're legally compliant. Be safe out there. Look after your firearms.